Welcome to the Knox video training series. In this video, we'll show you how to register and configure authentication of certificates for the Samsung email application through Knox Manage. Before we start configuring certificate-based authentication, we first need to have the following infrastructure installed and configured in the company: Exchange Server, Active Directory, Certificate Authority. On the Knox Manage server side, we need to have Knox Platform for Enterprise licenses and configured integration with Android Enterprise. In order to authenticate Samsung email application with certificates from Knox Manage, we need to register a certificate authority, add a certificate template, configure the Samsung email app, create an Android Enterprise policy profile, and finally, assign and apply those policies to the Samsung email app. Let's get started. Let's begin by adding a certificate authority. Go to the samsungknox.com dashboard and launch the Knox Manage admin portal. From the left navigation, click Advanced, Certificate Authority, CA, then click Add. Enter the CA name. In our example, we'll create a CA called Company CA. Then, on CA type, select the type of your CA server. In this example, it's ADCS. Then, enter your server host information. For the key algorithm, select RSA. You can leave the setting of the key length to 2048. Enter an authorized username, password, and domain. After filling in the required fields, click the Test Connection button to check if everything's right. If your configuration is correct, you'll see the following confirmation message: Test completed, select a CA. In the Managing CA field, the corresponding SSL certificate automatically shows. After clicking Save and Register Template, we're done with registering certificate authority. Let's move on to adding a certificate template. Enter the template name. In this example, let's call it Company Mail. For platform, select Android. Then select CA Server. Here, we're using Company CA. Enter CA template name. Yes, we're using Company Mail. For the subject name, enter CN equals email. Then, on certificate usage, select Exchange. Finally, on SAN type, select email address and enter email and click the plus button. When that's done, click Save. With the certificate now set up, we can start configuring the Samsung email application using Managed Configuration. In the left navigation, select Application. Then, on the page that opens, click Add. After you assign the app to the appropriate group, click Set Configuration. For the email address field, use the lookup button and find the item Email in the list and click on the name. An appropriate variable will be inserted in the email address field. Do the same for username field. Under the list, the item user ID. In EAS domain field, as with the first two fields, use the lookup button and find position email domain in the list. Enter appropriate values. Exchange server name. For the field CBA certificate alias, enter the name of the prepared certificate template. We will quickly create a personalized account name by using the variables first name and last name for this. Finally, click Save to finish the app configuration. As a final step, you may create a profile to configure more policies to your Samsung email app. Let's start with setting up your profile. In the left navigation, click Profile, then Add to create a new profile. Remember to create a profile depending on your activation mode. In this example, the mode is Fully Managed Android Enterprise Profile. When you're done, click Save and Set Policy. For example, we'll set a policy that restricts users from making changes to their account. Under the Android Enterprise Profile menu, click System. Select Disallow in Account Modification. The Samsung email app, when launched, by default requires user permission to access memory and contacts. The app permission setting can grant such permissions automatically. You just need to set your permissions to Grant. To associate this device profile with a certificate we've registered, click Certificate. Enter the name and configuration ID, then next to Install area, set the location where the certificate should be installed. For our example, this location is Device. For the user certificate input method, use the Issuing External CA. Then, in Issuing External CA alias, choose the appropriate certificate. In our case, this value is Company Mail. The last step is to add an application the certificate is assigned to. Next to the Apps with Delegated Certificate Management field, click Add. In our example, it's the Samsung email app. The final piece of setup is to add the Samsung app to the device admin list. This setting will allow us to run the email account despite blocking the function of adding accounts on the device. To do this, you need to use the Knox Service plugin configuration. Go to Knox Service plugin and Device-wide Policies. Change Enable Device Policy Controls to True. Find Device Admin Allow listing and again change to True for Enable Device Admin Controls. Click Add for Allow Listed DAS to select Samsung Email App from the list application. Click Save and Assign, then select Email Cert and click Assign and Apply. Apply to finish the profile configuration. At this stage, we figured configuring settings for certificate authentication of the Samsung email app. When the certificate is pushed, a user can download it in Knox Manage on the device. Then, the Samsung email app will continue being installed and configured on the device. This concludes the demo of how to register and configure authentication of certificates for the Samsung email application through Knox Manage. For more information on Knox Manage, visit our Knox admin guide at docs.samsungknox.com. Thanks for watching.